The Last Fish by Dave Leins. I've always loved fishing. Ever since I was a young boy, there's an allure to sitting out on a boat, relaxing, enjoying the outdoors with the occasional bite. I always thought it was a great way to practice patience and also shoot the breeze and enjoy life. Like many other young men who love fishing, I would have some small competitions with my friends when we would go fishing. I remember one trip in particular, which was the most memorable fishing trip I had ever been on. My two friends and I were in the central part of Michigan called Leroy. It was a tiny Amish logging community with a private lake just past the logging yard. Well, my friend's dad had an old plot of land out there, but it was completely undeveloped. Well, we decided we'd camp there and fish on that lake too. Before I go on, I must tell you of my other friend Ryan. He is as much of a redneck as you can get, and he considers himself the creme de la creme of bass fishing. I was never anything special, so I had no trouble picking his brain for all the information he could give me. Well, one morning we woke up in Leroy and I was about to show old Ryan a thing or two. The sun was beginning to rise and Ryan had started his preaching. "It's far too cold out there," he'd say. "We won't catch a single thing." I couldn't believe a fisherman of his caliber would just throw in the towel like that, especially on a beautiful day as it was. Well, I just told him back, I said, "Ryan, we gotta go catch something. Look at it out there. It's awesome." I got nothing more than a shrug out of him. Well, soon after that, it's so hard not to laugh at that. Soon after that, I got my first hit. I casted the blue and silver crankbait towards the fallen brush just off the embankment. Started my slow retrieve. I was feeling the usual light tug of the diving crankbait when all of a sudden, the tug turned into an undeniable force, the force of a largemouth bass. Well, I just set that hook right there and reeled that sucker in and grabbed my prize fish out of the water and showed Brian this beautiful token of accomplishment. He couldn't believe I'd caught something. He couldn't believe I'd caught something before him. And to add insult to injury, I went on to catch 3 more giant bass and we had dinner. That night, we filleted the bass and wrapped the meat in spices and flour, sealed it in foil, and steam cooked it right there over the fire. We finished the meal, and all night I dreamt of that catch that beat Ryan. I was so proud that nothing could replace the feeling I had. Or was I just, because it's not a question. You don't even start the sentence as a question.